Hey, it's CarlyRae here, and welcome to my Hey, it's CarlyRae book club on YouTube. Today I'm super excited because I am here going to be doing another amazing virtual book review. But before I reveal which book we're going to be talking about on my channel today, you guys need to hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell to be alerted of all the new videos on my channel. So, what book am I going to be talking about on Hey, it's CarlyRae today? It is The Breakthrough in 2 Acts by Fredric C. Hartman, Ph.D. I'm super excited to be talking about this book on my channel. So if you guys have your copy of this amazing novel, you guys can hit the pause button, go and grab it, and then come back because we're going to be talking about all things The Breakthrough in 2 Acts. So let's get started. So, what is this book about? This book was amazing. It was unlike any other book that I have read. It is set up like a stage play. We get to see the character of Fredric Hartman. He's the doctor in the novel, and his patients is the human conscious. I thought that was super amazing because it was unlike any other novel that I read. He was able to create such a heavy storyline, but he did it in such a way that it was super easy to follow. So throughout the book, like I said, it's set up on a stage play. You get to see each chapter kind of set up like that, which I thought was awesome. In the play, we also get to see Dr. Fredric Hartman. He is basically telling us a story about our vulnerability to painful events in our mind and our different emotions that come up in dealing with that. So reading that, it does sound like a heavy storyline, but as I said, the way he wrote it, and I actually, in my opinion, I feel like how the format was done in the stage play made it an easy read and something that was very unique and something that was that he made easily be understood. Now, as we dive deeper into this stage play, we get to see that Dr. Hartman develops 2 amazing new experiences in how to overcome these painful emotions. Now, I don't want to give anything away in this video because I really do believe that this is a novel that you guys have to get to read. And I think that it's, again, such an amazing novel because the storyline is great and the way that it was written made it not only interesting, but very easy to read and easy to understand, and these are heavy subject matters, like I said, so I feel like if maybe somebody else wrote it, it wouldn't have been done in such an amazing job. So I don't want to give anything away in this video, but in the stage play, as you're reading, you get to learn that there are these 2 new experiences in how to overcome these painful emotions in in humanity. And so I found that really, really interesting. But I'm not going to tell you guys what the 2 experiences are. I think, again, that you guys need to read this novel and find out. When I first got this novel, I did not fully read the back cover of it because I really wanted to form my own opinion while I read it. And I will say I was really glad that I didn't read the back cover of it because it allowed me to form my own opinion and to kind of dive deeper in what it's about. And I do feel like reading this novel, going into it as reading it as a stage play, I thought was really cool because it's like watching a movie. You don't know what's going to happen in a movie, just like in this book. As you're reading it in a stage play in the format that it was written, I find it awesome not knowing what's going to happen because you're reading and you're actually able to picture what's going on. So overall, I definitely loved that part of this novel. So again, The Breakthrough in 2 Acts is basically an appeal to humanity, and it is a book that I definitely recommend checking out. It is something that once you read it, you're going to be recommending it to other readers because it's such a unique storyline in that it deals with our brain, it deals with our conscience, and it kind of shows us the painful emotions, and it opens us up and let us see the new experiences and how to deal with that. So overall, I definitely recommend checking out this novel. I'm super excited that I got a copy of it and that I get to share it with you guys. Now, today on my channel, instead of doing my usual Q&A session, I am going to be giving you guys an exclusive look at an interview this amazing author did, and I'm super excited to find out more about that interview. So I'm going to be letting you guys know the questions that were sent in to him and the questions that he answered, and let's go. Okay, so the first question that was sent to this author in this amazing interview, they wanted to know, why did you choose a stage play as a format for your self-help book? That was something I was really curious about too. Now, Dr. Fredric Hartman said that he wanted the effect of the book on a reader's mind to be the one in which there was a feeling of being among others. A play can have that effect. There can be a very heightened communal focus in a theater where a play is performed. And when people hear of a play about something serious, they tend to think of Shakespeare, and a sense of something profound is being communicated. Really, my book has a lot of these modifications to a usual kind of self-help book. The stage play with the stage directions, the changing font sizes for emphasis, etc., because I wanted it to have a striking effect. I want it to be dramatic. There's a sentence in the book that goes like this, which sums it up nicely. There are props I use in this performance, seemingly ridiculous at times, but playfully designed to amplify its deadly serious message. I absolutely loved reading this in his interview as did, because that encompassed everything that I felt when I read it. Like I said, I don't feel this book would have been as great as it was if it wasn't set up like a stage play. And it was exactly like what he said. Like, you get to, you feel like you're a part of others when you're reading this book, because you do. You get to see, okay, here's an emphasis on this, or, he was talking about the different font sizes, the changes, and it really does grip you. And I felt like with the subject of this, it can be a self-help book where it's like, oh my gosh, I don't understand anything. But like I said, the way that this one was written, I was able to get through it, and I really, really enjoy it. And I even found myself the other day telling somebody, hey, yeah, you definitely need to check this out, because they were asking me about self-help books on my Instagram. And this was a book that I definitely recommend. So again, this sums up why I really recommend this book and why it is such an amazing read. Okay, the second question that we are going to be talking about is, were there any real-life questions behind your writing of this book? This was another question that I was actually curious about to hear how the author answered it. And Dr. Fredric Hartman said, yes, I believe apart from it being an attempt to overcome the painful time I've had with reading and writing, my brother Doug was an inspiration. He took his life at 24, severe bipolar disorder, precisely when I was finishing my doctorate in clinical psychology in 1986. We were the best of friends and loved being together. I miss him. The feeling in this book, the aim in it for a total view of everything, the fun, the playfulness, the ridiculousness, harkness, me back to the way he and I would carry on. And of course, inspiring this book is also an urge to heal, one and all. I really thought that that was a great answer, and I really wanted to share that with you guys on my channel. I absolutely, again, loved his answer and everything that he incorporated in this book that I believe it achieves. And the next question that was asked to this author is, how do you manage to avoid being burned out? What do you do to maintain your enthusiasm for writing? Because again, these are heavy subjects that this author does an amazing job writing about. And Dr. Fredric Hartman says, revising our encounters with your deepest nature that you translate into words. You translate this vast wordless universe inside into a vivid strand of words that will somehow evoke what's important. It's all quite impossible and humbling. So I take a lot of breaks to stay refreshed. I get away from language except for the little bit of reading I'm able to do each day. I have left this book aside from January until August. I was renewed by the time I went back to it, excited to reshape it with who I and my world became in this interim. I absolutely love that answer again, because again, like I said, it is a heavy subject, and the way he describes it, sometimes you do need a little bit of reading away from it, but I think that it was great that he came back to writing this novel, because like I said, it is so amazing that I definitely recommend checking it out. Okay, and the next question is, what bits of advice would you give to aspiring authors? I'm super excited to share this question because I love sharing the advice authors have. And this author, Fredric Hartman, said, know yourself as deeply as you can. Be in psychotherapy for a while with a good therapist. Write about what pains you, what inspires you. Go all the way to the most disturbing and wonderful things. Let yourself feel lost. Don't stop wondering. Try to feel as much awe as you can because it's the doorway to a paradigm shift. Learn about nature. Learn words. Be your feral self and stop using words for stretches of time. Read. Read the greatest writing you can find. Again, this answer, I love it because I do believe in reading as much as you can, different subjects, stuff you've never even thought about reading. I think it is so important. So again, love this answer, and I'm super excited to share the next question. How did you celebrate after finishing this book? Dr. Hartman says, well, I approved of my revisions just a week ago, so I just finished. I'm celebrating by letting the book just reverberate in my mind, feeling free of the exhausting labor of revising, preparing for corrections, for the publisher, reading proofs over and over. I'm celebrating by taking long walks, socializing, find new sources of inspiration for myself as the COVID-19 rages. Civil unrest breaks out, and the whole strange world is transforming before our eyes. Well, I personally just want to say congratulations on finishing this amazing novel. And then finally, for his interview, we want to know on that question, what is next for this amazing author? And Dr. Fredric Hartman says what's next for him is, because my book feels like it has reached its final form and it is now looking like such a strangely direct response to our times, I feel called to try to get the book out there and get as many people to read it as I can. The ideas in it about our human nature and the calamity at our doorsteps, about what explains our troubles as a species based on what happened 14,000 years ago that we haven't dealt with yet, what needs to happen now, and what each individual can do with his or her own mind to help make it happen. These ideas are compelling me in an urgent way to get out there now. I'm involved with my private practice, but I'll see where this goes. Well, I am super excited for this author in releasing this amazing book. Again, here is a close-up of the breakthrough in 2 acts. I cannot tell you guys how much I recommend getting this novel because the subject matter is something I feel like young adults, like we can all really understand it, really learn it, really grip it. And like he said, the stage play that he created in this book was absolutely phenomenal in how he was able to get his message across, and I truly believe that he did. So definitely recommend checking out this amazing novel. Now, I will put the links below of where you can get that amazing novel, and then I will also put where you can learn more about this novel because it is featured on HeyitsCarlyRae.com. Now, before we close out today's virtual book review, that just fell. You guys can go check out my social media. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram, you guys can go to HeyitsCarlyRae. If you guys have a Twitter, you guys can tweet me at HeyitsCarlyRae1. If you guys have a Tumblr, you guys can go to HeyitsCarlyRae. And if you guys have a Pinterest, you guys can go to HeyitsCarlyRae on there. And then last but not least, if you guys are on Facebook, you guys can check out HeyitsCarlyRae, or you can join my group, HeyitsCarlyRae Book Club. I hope you guys enjoyed today's amazing review of The Breakthrough in 2 Acts by Fredric C. Hartman, Ph.D. Definitely check this book out. I cannot wait to do another virtual book review with you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day.